Novi, we're coming to you today with some important information. With me here in the studio is Commander Jason Meier. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
You know, you may have seen on the news or read about some incidents that occurred in our Novi over the last several weeks. Novi was very lucky and fortunate, I think, over the last year to be immune.
Yeah, I think so.
from home invasions that were occurring by transnational, I want to call them gangs, but I don't know if they're a gang.
Yeah, that'd be inaccurate. That's what we're telling you.
So over the last several weeks, we've had 4. Can you just give us a quick background? I don't want to harp too much on the incidents, but want to maybe provide a level of security and some tips for our residents, our businesses, to protect themselves, but a little bit of background about what's occurring.
Sure, and let me just start by saying that Novi is an extremely safe city. In fact, crime across the board has been very low this year and down from last year even. But like any community, we're not immune to these transient groups coming in. And since last fall, we've seen an uptick in Oakland County and the surrounding areas of these transnational groups coming in from South America and committing home invasions of high-end homes. We've been, as you said, pretty fortunate to not see that happen here in Novi, but like I said, we're not immune to it either. And so since October 31st, we've had 4 along the 8 Mile corridor in some of those gated communities, the high-end homes along 8 Mile. And the method of operation is consistent with these South American groups that have been doing it.
So they're gaining access to the homes through the rear of the house. They're targeted because they back up perhaps to not another home, but to a wooded or vacant area or something that's probably sheltered, if you would. Which makes their operations, no one's seeing what's going on.
Yeah, these groups work under cover of darkness, and they utilize that not only for the break-in, but we have information that they may be using those backdrops for surveillance as well to determine the comings and goings and patterns of people. All of the houses that were hit back up to either a wooded area or a large field, which provides excellent cover for either conducting surveillance or mask their approach to the house.
So how do people protect themselves, Commander? What can people do? Because everything I've read or heard is they are efficient. This is a coordinated operation. They're targeted. What can people do? I mean, I go back to the old adage that for years, if you see something, say something, right?
Yes.
Like I walk out of my house and I can tell you right away if there's a different car parked in front of my neighbor's driveway or across the street. Like, how is it as simple? I don't want to say simple, but if you see something, say something. Is it being aware? How do people protect themselves?
That's a huge component of it, and it's one thing that we're really stressing to people is you guys know your neighborhoods better than we know your neighborhoods. And so if you see something that's out of place, a vehicle that doesn't belong there, people that don't belong there, comings and goings at night, report it. It's never a bother for us to come out and check it. We'd rather be safe than sorry. These groups typically use rental cars that have out-of-state plates, usually Florida or Texas plates on them. So if you see an out-of-state plate that doesn't look familiar to you, that's parked on your street, we want to know about it. One thing we're also telling people is that a lot of times these groups use what are called Wi-Fi jammers to disable the security systems and cameras in your house. And I know I have a Ring system at my house, and anytime the Wi-Fi goes down, I get an alert on my phone that says, you know, your Wi-Fi is
down.
Yeah. So if you perhaps live in a community that may be a typical targeted community and you're out to dinner, because most of these crimes are happening around dinner hours when people are out to dinner, and you get that message on your phone that says, hey, my Wi-Fi went out or my cameras went down, call us immediately. It could just be that your Wi-Fi went down, but it could be that someone's breaking into your house. And this is honestly how we're going to catch these guys, is with the help of the public being vigilant, partnering with us in catching these guys in the act.
Again, going back to people typically would say, oh, my Wi-Fi's out. I don't want to call the police. Like, why would I call the police? But y'all would rather go to a home and have it be nothing than hours later have to go to a home because something did occur, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, this is what we're here for. Our number one priority is to protect the citizens of Novi. And so it's never a bother to ask us to help protect your house or your neighborhood.
What are the police doing to kind of thwart this? I'm assuming extra patrols throughout the area, et cetera.
100%. We're increasing our patrols in those areas, adding extra resources. Our investigative teams are hard at work, working the crimes themselves, but also doing extra work in the areas. Some of our undercover teams are working in the areas. And so we're trying to be extremely aggressive in pursuit of these criminals.
So thank you for that. Again, I don't want to alarm anyone. I mean, it is cause for concern, right? You all are taking it very seriously, which to no surprise, and adding extra patrols. But we also need the residents to protect themselves and to look out for their neighbors. Again, if you see something, say something. You know, call you all. Talk to your neighbor. Hey, does that car belong in front of your house, et cetera. Anything else that maybe people might be able to do? I mean,
yeah, some other things that we're suggesting is increase the lighting in your house. If you're out of town or you're going out to dinner, leave lights on. If you can light up your backyard even more, that's a safe approach to keeping. If you shine a light on these people, they're less likely to come into your house. Another thing we're suggesting, and the people might not know about, is we have a home watch program here in Novi.
Thank you. Good.
And so if you're going to be out of town, you can go to our website and request a home watch, and that triggers us to check your house on a daily basis to make sure that everything's okay, that there's no issues, nothing's been broken into. So we encourage you, if you're going to be out of town for an extended period of time, to utilize that home watch system.
At cityofnovi.org, super simple. If you don't find it on the police page, type in home watch, it'll pull up a form, and it's easy. We use it all the time.
Yep,
so
it's fantastic.
A great free service. And you all do walk around the entire perimeter of the house and look to make sure everything's secure.
Yeah, and it not only prevents crimes, but we've had instances where our officers have done these home watches and found like water breaks and water main breaks and stuff. So it's, it prevents a lot of problems in the future for you if you have someone checking your house every day.
Thanks for spending the time.
Again, thanks for having me.
I think it's super important to let everybody know that you all are investigating it, and we want to do everything we can as a city, community, police department to ensure everybody's safety. That's our top priority.
Absolutely, and we take pride in maintaining a safe city. We take pride in partnering with our community here, and we really need the public's help on this one if they can keep an eye on their neighbors, and if you see something, like you said, say something.
Thank you, and there you have it. Unfortunately, not the most happy of updates to be sharing, but definitely most needed, and want to keep you informed and help you to keep safe. Take care, Novi.